Carlos Oliveira is the Executive Customer Lab Director at EVO Banco, one of the key challenger banks disrupting Spain's banking industry. In May 2018, EVO Banco made headlines by launching the first Spanish-language banking voice assistant. So first, Carlos, 1 year into the project, how has the EVO Assistant been received and what have you learned?
Well, we receive it with very great engagement by customers because at the end, if you analyze, almost in 1 month, 10% of the customers are using it, and also they spend around 2 minutes using it. So for us, it's a very surprise number because, to spend 2 minutes talking with a machine is not so easy. It's around 70% of the customers are using it now, and they do from the basic things like transfers money or review the amounts of money that they have in their accounts to more sophisticated things. Also, they ask the assistant, tell me what is the right thing to do to invest my money or these kind of things. What we learn is that the people love it because at the end it's the natural language, is what normal people do, is talking, okay? So if finally you find someone or something that is understand you and answer your questions, you are taking in the right key.
How far has the rest of the Spanish banking industry come in the digitization journey that we're seeing all over?
Well, I think that we have to divide in two big groups. One of those are the legacy banks, the traditional banks. To be honest, they are doing great effort to change the reality, but also there's a lot of legacy to change. No? So at the end, they are really investing harder, but I think they are not so agile in terms of changing the arena. So I think that we are in a pretty advantaged position, these banks like EVO, because innovation is more a question of attitude and how you're going to put the customer in the centric of everything that you do as a bank. And I think that in EVO, we really has the vision of being useful for the customers. For us, it's an obsession. We don't do innovative things just to be fancy. Okay, we need to do things that make sense for the customers and they are making the life easier. Okay, our obsession is to be easy for them and to create something that makes sense.
So how are you making sure that the innovations you're creating are useful to your customers?
Well, first of all, the ideas and also the priorities is not defined by me. It's defined by customers. So we have a lot of data. At the bank, we have a lot of information of the customer. We have all the transactions of the customer. So we try to analyze with the big data department what are the real insights, what are the real trends that we have with our customers. Then we develop some products. We are tested with our beta testers. 1,000 customers are using our products 1 month in advance. So they are analyzing how it's working and how it's not working and see if they're performing or not. I always said that we are not a bank. We said that we are a bank tech. A bank traditionally, they know how to manage a P&L. They know how to manage customers, but they're not really good on user experience and these kind of technologies and these kind of things. On the other hand, you have the FinTechs, okay, that are really good in some aspect of user experience, but on the other hand, they don't know how to manage P&Ls. We are in between. We are like a startup banking that combine the two things, and I think that this is the secret of our success.
Finally, what is next for EVO Banco? What are the opportunities and the challenges you see in your future?
Well, there's a lot of opportunities. The secret is to choose the right ones. It's not so easy. With the big data and the insight, to choose the right insight is the critical thing. We are stimulating our brains with ideas from other industries. I mean, we want to be useful for you. We want to go beyond the traditional banking system and the traditional banking products to touch with you in your life on a very day-on-day basis. So we really want to be in the first screen of your phone. So we don't want to be a normal bank. We don't want to do the typical things that the banks do. And we want to be someone who understands you, someone who really add value to you on a real basis. Okay, this is exactly what we really want to do.
Carlos, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thanks for watching. Learn more at evobanco.com. Click now for more banking innovations and please subscribe for the latest international business insights from worldfinance.com.